Hey guys, this is team call for December 17th. Um, today, here, sorry, asked to start video. Okay, so today I wanted to go over forming a coach prospect. So hopefully you guys have a notepad and pen because I'm gonna throw a lot of scripts at you. Awesome. Okay. I think that that's one thing that a lot of us struggle with is how to approach people. So what I did is I took a couple of recent examples of coaches that I signed up and I put it in a slideshow to walk you guys through how to do this forming a coach. We'll go ahead and share.
Mute
Unmute yourself.
No.
Okay.
I wasn't turned in.
Okay. Forming a coach prospect. All right. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to throw some scripts at you guys. So bear with me and think about the way I'm presenting this conversation with the people and write down notes. So this is a coach prospect, not necessarily starting out as a coach, but this is how one of my conversations was the other day. So a person messaged me and said, it's been a while since we talked, but I was wondering if I could get some info on that Shakeology stuff you talk about. I'm planning on losing a bunch of weight for the new year. And I said, of course, Shakeology is a superfood packed meal replacement protein shake. It has probiotics, prebiotics, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and nothing artificial. So very pure, and it's clinically proven. How much weight are you looking to lose? It's awesome that you're looking to make an early start to your goals. He says, 30 pounds at least. I was also more than likely going to hire a personal trainer through our community center. How much does Shakeology cost? And first of all, like normally, like a long time ago, I'd have been like, really, like a personal trainer, like, but honestly, I've come to learn that when people do that, it's because they don't really understand what we have to offer. So I wanted to get to know his goals more. He says, I will be open to any other suggestions. I was also curious if I have to order it through Shakeology website or if I have to go through a coach. I said, awesome. Okay, have you ever considered checking out any of our workout programs? I can get you a month of Shakeology and a workout program pack for a major discounted price. And he says, well, I bought and used the Insanity 2 years ago, but I only stuck with it about a month or so. So I said, well, Insanity is awfully advanced. Perhaps starting with something less extreme would help you a lot more. What kind of workouts do you enjoy? I can send you a couple clips of good recommendations. So basically right there, I just informed him Insanity is not all he has to choose from. We have something that is tailored to each individual person's goals. So it doesn't always have to be something so intense. And a lot of the reason why he probably quit is because it was too intense for him. So I gave him that option of shooting him a couple videos. What is that going to hurt realistically? Don't be afraid to do that because those videos that we can get off Coaching Codes are professional videos made by Beachbody. So they're going to see them and they're going to see how big of a deal these programs are and what is included in that package. So then he says, I'm not really into the whole workout thing, right? Like, I can't believe how many times I've heard that. And it's like, oh my gosh. He says, LOL, I kind of thought about looking into the T25 or whatever that 25-minute workout is. I'm thinking if I pay for a personal trainer, I will stay more motivated. But after I get used to working out, I would probably be more likely to do some of these on my own. So I said, I get it. I related to him. I thought the same thing too. But I've seen people lose over 100 pounds with our programs. Many on our team, actually. And T25, I highly recommend. It's so convenient and so effective. I mean, come on. It's Shaun T. Have you ever considered coaching? See how easy that question was? And here's why. One of the main reasons I became a coach was to keep myself accountable, and people like to follow you on your journey when they know you're on your journey as well. Plus, the income is a bonus, and you get 25% off Shakeology. So instead of $130 a month, it's $97 a month. So notice how not only did I relate to him, but I also gave him results of that's happened on our team. So gave him proof that we have coached people to lose over 100 pounds. It definitely works. And then I threw in the coaching because it sounds like he's really interested in Shakeology, right? Like who doesn't want to pay over $30 less a month for Shakeology? And then it sounds like he really needs the accountability. So it never hurts to ask that. He says, that's awesome. When I worked in construction, I was in great shape. but I've been out of that for 7 years now, and every year I just keep adding to my weight. I really don't think I would have time to coach. My kids usually use up all my free time. I'm also not sure if I know enough people who would be interested in these kind of things. So listen, guys, he just gave me his fears, right? When I make my coach sneak peek, those 5 videos, I tackle my most common fears that I hear from people. And that guy just gave me his fears in that message. He's opening up to me and telling me what he's afraid of. So again, you'll see in other examples, I relate to the person. Time was his biggest thing. Not knowing enough people. Well, guess what? I hit both of those in my coach sneak peek. So I'm guessing you probably know what I brought up to him eventually. So I said, honestly, it doesn't take a lot of time. And there is no requirements of coaching. It's just $15.95 a month plus Shakeology if you're wanting that. It's up to you on how much time you want to invest. I have a lot of coaches who do it strictly for the discount as well. So that's an option too. I imagine your 2 kids would love to work out with you, or try to at least. He says they do, but they end up in the way. LOL. So do you have to pay the $15.95 to be a coach? So he's asking. And I said, haha, makes sense. And yes, basically that just pays for your account and also gives you 4 professional websites. If you'd like, I can add you to my coach sneak peek. See, I told you guys knew that was coming. He told me his fears, and I knocked those out of the water when I did my sneak peek to answer those questions. And I didn't really give him much of a choice. I said I make 5 quick videos, but what I do is be try coach, so it'll help you answer some questions. Sound good? It's a yes or no question. He says, yes, please. So I added him, and what I did after I added him, this is a big part. After I added him to the sneak peek, I told him I added him, and I asked him when he thinks he'd have a chance to check out those videos. Why? Because it kind of puts a sense of urgency on it. Makes them know that you're waiting on them so that you can hear their feedback. So if, I think he told me he was going to watch them as soon as he got off work. So I told him, okay, I'll message you later tonight, or I'll be looking forward to hearing from you tonight. So always make sure that you're making it sound like you're eager to hear from them, and there is a sense of urgency on this. So then he messaged me and said, I just finished watching all 5 of your videos. So I wanted him to reflect. I said, yay, what did you think and what did you like best? I think with the sneak peeks, what I've learned over this year is that some people, if they get really busy and they don't watch the videos, some will say they did. And so when you ask them, what did you like best? They have no clue. So I can dig into it more. I'm like, okay, so did you not see day 3's video? Because I want to make sure that they're getting the info they need. If they're afraid they're not going to get enough people, holy crap, I went over that like crazy in my sneak peek because that was my biggest fear. I live in Missouri. Dakota's from Tennessee. I'm from Michigan. We don't know anybody here. So that was my biggest thing. So I want to make sure that they got everything they wanted to get out of those videos and that they don't have any questions, because nobody wants to go into these things with a bunch of questions or insecurity and not knowing what they're doing and not knowing if they're in good hands. So that comes to this. You want to make sure that this opportunity you have made powerful and you've encouraged them and you let them know that they're in good hands, that once they sign up, they're not going to just be on their own and doing everything on their own. You're going to be taking care of them. They're going to be plugged into a team with trainings, and they're in awesome hands and being taken care of. Be excited for them. That's huge too. The first thing I always say to a new coach when they sign up, I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, coach, or congrats, coach. I always throw in that little coach thing. It's funny, when I did it to this guy, he was like, that sounds so weird but so exciting at the same time. It's a special thing. So be as excited as they are, because I'm sure every one of you on this call was so excited when you first signed up as a coach, and probably still, because I know I still am. But I was so giddy. It's just really exciting. So they can sense if you're excited too. Okay, so I have another prospect that this one's shorter. I'll go over with you guys. So this is actually a girl that I went to high school with. So she reached out to me and said, hey, what's your opinion on PiYo for a first workout after having a baby? And something for my husband to do. We want to do the same workout. We both have baby weight to shed, and my husband is on board, and I was recommended the PiYo workout. I said, hey, girl, loving the baby pics. I follow her a lot, so I complimented her, right? And that way she didn't think that I was just all about, oh, I'm going to sell you this. That's not what I'm about. And PiYo is the first recommendation for women after having a baby, and it's something Dakota and I both enjoyed together. I'm sure you guys would love it. She says, okay, he's totally on board. So I just order it through a website. And I said, that's so great and special. You can order through me as your coach, and you'll get a free bonus disc with it too, and I can send you a link directly to it. So your choices are, this is big, guys, because I'm always shooting for that challenge pack option. but I want them to be aware of their options when they go to buy something. When I go to buy something, I want to know my best options, my cheapest options, and the best deals. When I go shopping, I'm looking for the best deals. So I break it down for them. I tell them the base kit and how much it is, and then my most recommended for quicker results is a challenge pack. And I tell them what it comes with, and you can do option 2 and become a coach for the same price. And all of your future orders will be 25% off. And then I explained the extra money on the side. I will coach you every step of the way. It's great accountability. Totally up to you. Just want to make sure I'm giving you all of your options. And make sure that they know that I'm not just trying to upsell them or anything. I just want them to be aware of their options. Did I bring my water in here? Yes. It's nice and cold. Can you reach it? Sorry, it's a lot of talking. Okay. So she says, I may want to eventually be a coach, but I think I should try out the workout and get to know the company first before I try to get others to try. We will stick with option 1 for now. Holidays and new baby have us slightly strapped. Again, very common. And I totally understand. Babies aren't cheap. But the thing is she just told me that she has an interest in coaching. So the option's there. She's not opposed to it. So I fed on that a little bit. I said, what makes you consider coaching in the future? I wanted to know her goals, right? I always tell you guys you need to get to know these people's goals. So she opened up. This is like a perfect response. Beachbody is the only company I've seen with realistic results. You're going to get from it what you put into it. I think we could be successful at it. I want to continue being a stay-at-home mom, so financially wise, if we do good and have a good story to promote of ourselves, we would be successful coaches. So I said, that is a very heartfelt message. And I actually think you'd be impressed by the following you'd get if you jumped aboard now. Eventually, after having a baby, especially after having a baby, you'd be an inspiration to so many women. It's amazing how encouraging it is for you to be on your journey and for people to see your struggles as well as their own. Isn't that true, though? Like, my journey, I jumped into coaching when I wasn't even at my goal weight yet. And it was amazing how when I posted my struggles, I felt like I got a much greater following and all these people that would message me talking about how genuine and authentic I am. And we just talked about that in our training today, about being authentic. And that's huge to people. So when you're sharing your struggles and you're sharing your journey, you're more likely to get a bigger following. So there is no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with starting off right off the bat. So being that she seemed so interested, I said, if you'd like, I can add you to my coach sneak peek. Basically, I made 5 quick videos about what I do as a coach. That way you can get all your questions answered and see if it would be a good choice for you guys or not. Sound good? Again, same question. She says, sounds great. So I said, done. And like I said, the sense of urgency. Any idea when you will have a chance to check out those quick videos? She says, I will attempt now. Can't guarantee I'll get through them all, but the baby is chill for the moment. I know how that is. I do daycare. So I told her I was excited to hear what she thought. And then she messaged me, okay, I finally finished the videos. They were great. Explained a lot. I just need to figure out what I want to do, coaching now or after. Said, I'm glad you enjoyed them. What did you like best? She said, your guys' story. How it just depends on what you put into it and what you get out of it. I would absolutely love for Nathan to not have to work. That would be a dream. So right there, instantly, I'm like, okay, her dream is very similar to mine. And if I can do it, she can do it. So I says, that definitely was mine. And I was the same as you. I found out about coaching in December and waited until the end of January to join. And I regret that. I wish I would have started sooner. I could have gotten Dakota home sooner. Also, January is crazy busy with the New Year's resolutions. So if there was a better time, now would be it. So I just wanted to give you guys some examples of how I form these people and how I talk to them. It's really, really important when if you pay attention to just these 2 examples, how I dug down deep to get to know these people's goals, because I really wanted them to see their potential and what this business could do for their families. So that's a really big deal. And I always stress the coach sneak peek, because what have you got to lose? People watch those videos, it's not for me. That's okay. At least they checked them out. At least they, approached the opportunity and decided it wasn't for them. But what if they just happen to watch it and it's like an answer to everything? It's exactly what they wanted. They've always wanted to do something like this, and bam, they're a coach. always be posted. I talk about your coach opportunity posts. You need to be posted about them. Post about the sneak peek. A lot of the reason for that is because people don't like to jump into something they don't know anything about. So they want to get questions answered. Excuse me. So you want to make sure that you're providing them that coach sneak peek. I utilize that thing almost daily. A lot of you have been adding to it too, and that's absolutely outstanding. Like I already said, get down deep, know their goals, never be afraid to ask. That question that I use is just so subtle and easy to go with. Have you ever considered? I use that all the time. Have you ever considered? Those of you that are new and those of you that are older coaches know that when I reach out to someone about the coach opportunity, if it's usually I compliment them because they're from probably a challenge group of like, you've been doing so good posting, your results have been awesome, or you've been so consistent, and I just wanted to was just curious if you ever consider coaching. So I always compliment them first because I'm not going to approach someone about coaching if I don't know any of their strengths. If they aren't portraying anything as a coach and what a coach does, I'm probably not going to bring it up to them. So I always point out their strengths and then ask them if they've ever considered coaching. And again, letting them know that they'd be in good hands. They're not going to just sign up and then be on their own. They're going to be plugged into teams. They're going to be plugged in with you as their coach and their uplines, so they're taken care of. So this is the last thing I want to go over. So after you sign up as a coach, after they sign up as a coach, I want to tell you guys what I do personally. So I add them to my coach team, Exhilarate Empire, and Team Accelerate. So you guys would add them to your coach team and Exhilarate Empire, and use a cute picture to welcome them. So when I set up a new coach, I'll ask them if they have a fitness or non-fitness picture they wouldn't mind me using to welcome them into the coach team. And then I'll use that picture and make a little cute graphic on Canva or PicMonkey, and I'll add them to the team. Then I message them and tell them what the groups are for. So I have this saved in Evernote, so it's a copy and paste kind of thing. So I always say, hey, okay, so I just added you to our two coach teams. Exhilarate Empire is everyone. This is what you guys would say. Exhilarate Empire is everyone in Danielle Howe's downline. It's like our grandparent team of coaches. Your team, so whatever your team is all the coaches in my downline. Both teams serve the same purpose. They're for advice, tips, and training, etc. You don't want someone to get signed up as a coach and all of a sudden they're getting added to these two groups that they're like, oh my gosh, like now I'm part of her team, her coach team, her other coach. Like, what are these groups for? Make sure you clarify that with them so that they're like, okay, cool. And they understand what these groups are for. That also kind of saves you from having to answer every question in the whole wide world. They know that they can post in the team as well if they have any questions. Then I shoot them with the Coach Basics 101 document to get them started. So I'll say, here's a document to get you started. Basically, this will teach you how to set up your websites, how to set up your direct deposit, etc. Once you go through it, we will schedule a phone call to go over some things. Let me know if you have any questions. And I actually have a tutorial YouTube video that walks you through the Coach Basics 101 document. So if anyone has questions, I'll shoot them that so that they have something to follow. But this kind of ties in with making sure that they know they're in good hands. They're not just signing up and being left up in the air. They have something, a guide to follow. So I always make sure that I provide them with those documents. Okay. So Dakota, did you have anything to add?
Except when, like, some of y'all don't have coaches yet. So like, go ahead and create a coach team. Unmute me. Or mute me, I mean. There you go. So I don't care if you don't have, you're going to have to mute that. Why did you unmute me?
Just hang up.
There we go.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
So even if you don't have a coach right now, go ahead and create a coach team, because if you're not, that just means you're waiting until you get a coach. If you create a coach team, that means you're already in the mindset that you are signing a coach up no matter what. You want to be in that mindset because, I mean, you are signing up a coach. You have to have that attitude and be positive about it. Create a coach team now if you don't have one, and have it set up for the future so you don't sign up a coach just unexpectedly someone might approach you about it that you didn't even think would want to, and oh man, I need a coach team. Don't be left like that. Just create your own now and be prepared for it, and tell yourself you are signing up coaches.
So that's all I had to say. Did anybody else have any questions? That was a lot of scripts to throw at you. Do I need to go back to the post or anything?
I think so.
No?
I have a question.
Go for it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the Coach Basics, one of the things it tells you to do is set up your website. But when I went through the Coach Basics, I didn't have to do anything. I mean, I think I changed my name from my screen name to my real name, Amy Estrada, but I didn't have to do anything. So I'm just wondering what setting up the website means.
You can put in your email and your phone number. So when you go to those websites, they have like this red dotted line or a box, and you can change, like put in your email, your phone number, your picture, and then I think on the Beachbody Coach one, you can pick which workouts you want on the side. So if you click on it, it lets you choose which one you want.
Okay.
So for example, when we made ours, I think we had just finished Insanity, so we made Insanity ours, and then Shakeology Samples as the one under it.
Got it.
Right, kind of like an about me. I give a short description on who you are. You can, like she said, your photos. You can also add, it has a spot for you to add before and after photos. And then you can also, like down on the side, it has where you can pick like what programs you
That's what I
have
just
done.
said.
Yeah, you're talking about what we did do. You can pick like a main picture, but you can go through and pick out.
Oh, you're talking about the Beachbody Coach page. All the other websites aren't
Yeah.
like that, though.
Not all of them, but
Just
like
Beachbody Coach
two of
page
them
is
linking
more.
together too.
Yeah.
That's where I had trouble here a while back, thinking I changed them and I didn't.
Yeah, so like your Shakeology page, your Ultimate Reset page, that's just basically those red dotted lines, and you just put in your email, your phone number, and a picture.
Okay.
Anyone else? I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.